Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Pathfinder Adventures. It's time for the fourth scenario in the second adventure, the Cult Exposed. Now, this is another semi-generic scenario, I would say, which I'm totally fine with after the insanity that was Foul Misgivings. In the original version, when you get a spell, you bury a card, and there's a bunch of different places that do give spells. Obsidian decided for Heroic and Legendary to just up the ante on when you get a boon, get fucked. So now you bury a card if you get a spell or a blessing. You recharge a card if you get an item or an ally, and if you fail to get a weapon or an armor, you discard a card. I'm not sure this is really the best design. A lot of it just seems kind of random and just, let's just throw a bunch of crap at it to make things harder. I don't really sense much of a coherent theme there, but whatever, it is what it is. Let's take a look at the situation here. Ah, yes! Blood in the Sand. I love this one. This is basically a blank, and then what the hell is... Oh my god, this is like the Bandit Raiders, except instead of Bandit Henchmen, it's a Ghoul Scarecrow Henchman. Are these immune to the attack trait? These Ghoul Scarecrows? I can't remember, but if they are, that's a real bitch, because there's two different characters in my party who do not use weapons and rely pretty much exclusively on spells to fight stuff. That could definitely be an insta-fail wildcard if those things are immune to the attack trait. I don't remember that they are. Alright, Justice Ironbriar is not that big of a thing. He's pretty generic. I guess somebody at your location, you get, and it's your choice, it's not random, encounters a random monster, and if there's no one else there, he's a little bit harder. So basically, you want someone else to be there when you encounter him, because he's only a single check, so you can have the person who encounters him do the check, and you can have the other person at the location take on the monster. He's a pretty easy villain, honestly. 16 is not that hard at this point in the game, and I don't even know why there's this other bonus of Arcane or Divine, just to make it easier for Arcane Divine types, I guess. It's a pretty easy villain. Next up, we got the Skinsaw Cultists. These are pretty generic, although if you do manage to fail, you lose a turn. That's pretty much it. So let's take a look at the map. We have a couple of jutting points. The Mill and the Apothecary both jut out from the Academy. So I'm thinking about this. I mean, Ezrin obviously normally starts at the Academy with all of its spells, but I'm wondering if maybe what I can do is have Ezrin begin at the Apothecary and try to close it real fast, then go to the Academy and then close it real fast. Although, I mean, there's someone who needs to go to the Mill at some point, and really the only person who can do that very well is Harsk. Or Sione. Sione's actually got good dexterity as well. She just doesn't have skill feats in it. Okay, we'll have Harsk go here. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but what I could do maybe is I could have Ezrin go to the Academy and then have him move into the Apothecary afterwards, because he'll close the Academy, on average, faster than he'll close the Apothecary, not only because the Academy has more spells, but because the Academy has this bonus exploration thing going on. So yeah, Ezrin is going to be out of the way. He'll just do this, and then he's just going to be in these two locations all game long. Then we got the Shrine to Lamashtu, so obviously Seal is going to go there, try to scout away some of those blessings. And I guess we'll put Kira in the temple. It's kind of annoying in this scenario. When you acquire a blessing, you bury a card by the legendary rules, because that makes it harder to get through the temple. But someone needs to clear that at some point anyway. So we'll have Kira go there. We'll have Amiri go to this place. And then she can move into the guard tower and work on that. That leaves Kira for the waterfront? It's not or Sione for the... Oh, no, never mind. Kira's in the temple. Sione in the waterfront. That's totally fine. Yeah, we're good. I'm considering putting Scylla at the end, because I actually... No, I'm totally wrong. I actually want Scylla to go first. I want her to be able to close her location before Sione closes the waterfront. Otherwise, if the waterfront's already closed when Scylla's finished, since the waterfront's the only way out of the Shrine to Lamashtu, Scylla would be forced to waste and explore. Alright, I actually wouldn't mind getting some Blessings of Aristil, but I also don't mind her not taking 2 unavoidable damage, so that's 1 blessing down. It's this thing, Nethys. We don't have any Nethyses yet. Giant... Oh yeah! Right, this is the Ghoul Scarecrow Raiders. Okay, let's see. Is it immune to the attack trait? No, thank God. Okay, so it's only immune to mental and poison, which is not nearly as big of a deal. It does kinda suck that I have to use a combat spell on this thing. But that's a 1 in 3 chance every time someone finds a monster that Ezrin or Sione have to take the hit. And better Sione than Ezrin, because if Ezrin runs out of combat spells, it's a much bigger deal. Okay, let's go ahead and reveal this Great Club. I actually don't even need to do anything to kill this gecko. It's one of the easiest monsters now. Do I need the Troubadour? Well, the Troubadour can help me close the shrine, but I think I might as well just go again. Ouch. Ah, it's annoying. If I had not done that, then I would have scouted it away at the end of my turn and gotten 2 out of the 3 blessings out of the way. But, you know, can't help it. So there's making it. Unfortunately, now I have to bury a card. So I'll bury the Blessing of Desmond because it's garbage. And then do I go again? If I find the other blessing, I'm kind of hosed. But what are the odds? 1 out of 7? Now let's go again. Fall. Okay, so the question is, do I care about this? Because this is banished afterwards. I do lose my Great Club +1. And then I've lost 2 out of my 4 weapons. But making this is just a bitch because it's the dexterity thing and she's not good. Oh yeah, so we're just gonna fail. We're just gonna fail this. And let it get banished. And lose my Great Club. So I did sort of kind of maybe hand wipe a little bit here, but with a little bit of luck, I can draw my Cure. And if I draw Cure, then I can heal myself back up and it's totally fine. Find the other blessing. Nope. Well, this is garbage, so I'm happy to get rid of it. So she's making some good progress. Did I get another weapon? I didn't get Cure, but I did get my weapons at least. And at least she got this really nice ally, which I didn't earn at all. I just started the game with it because it was in the unclaimed area of the DLC stuff. But okay, so Ezrin's up. He's got only 1 combat spell, so it's a little bit scary. But there's only 1 monster here besides the henchman, so hopefully it'll be okay. Abadar is a blessing we don't have yet. There's the Tickwood Boar. This is actually pretty nice. So Kira is the one fighting the Scarecrow. These are undead, so she's actually pretty good at it. Let's see what happens if I just reveal a battle axe. Oh yeah, 97% should be fine. She's got a couple of cures. And now we can go ahead and encounter this boar. I hate to use a lightning bolt on this thing. The alternative is I can use strength and an orb of fire and a Harsk arrow. I'm actually going to do that because I think I'd like to save my lightning bolt for something that actually matters. This thing has only a combat check of 8 because I actually got lucky on the wisdom check, so I feel like I should be okay. Let's go ahead and see what happens with the orb of fire. 79%. Nah, no. Let's go ahead and pop the strength. So now as long as they aren't all ones, which they almost were, I succeed. And okay. That's a bug. That is 100% a bug. So on the first exploration, if you encounter anything other than a spell, you may immediately explore again. And it's not letting me explore again. So something about the wild card maybe, or the items that I used caused the boar to not register that I should get an extra exploration. So that sucks. Am I going to use this to go again? It does help close the location. And I'm going to hopefully get some extra explores from finding spells. So no, we're not going to do that. That's really annoying. That's incredibly annoying because I should have totally gotten an extra exploration there. Well, it's a bug's life, I guess. So let's go ahead and recharge all of our stuff. If I had to guess, I'd guess it was the ghoul scarecrow thing that fucked up the extra exploration. I'm not sure why else it would get messed up like that. Alright, here we are at the waterfront with 1 combat spell, and there's a large chest. I really don't care about this. We'll just let it go. And it banishes. I do like the prevalence of nice barriers in this game. Now, here the standard barrier does nothing, so I'll just use it to explore. And Sela is fighting the ghoul scarecrow here, which is fine. I can get a reroll if I fail this, or I can just let it be failed. I'm gonna actually not reroll this, I don't think. Because what I can do is I can just discard the superior longsword, which I don't need. And it doesn't matter if I defeat that thing or not, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the acid arrow here, and Harsk, you can shoot another arrow. Buddy, gotta save your crossbow. Let's do a blessing. 99% success. Automatically recharge that. I've got Papa Xantus here, so let's go ahead and, well, let me think about this. If I find the henchman here, I'm going to have to discard a card to defeat it, and then the bandit henchman is going to come up, and then I have to recharge a card, and then discard another card. So I'm not actually going to get to use Papa Xantus if I find the henchman, so I'm going to play it a little bit safe. Okay, Amiri will go to the guard tower. A very pesky location with the bandit henchman at the front. Let's go ahead and explore first. And of course, if this is the villain, I'm going to be so pissed, but it's not, so good. Also, there is the temple in this scenario, so I can always evade the villain if I need to and run to the temple. Let's take a peek here. I've got a bunch of crap. Spell component pouch. So if Ezrin were to get this, he'd get an extra explore. But I don't think he can even... Actually, is this within reach of the academy? I don't think it is. And I don't think he wants to end his turn here anyways. Snake, Amiri can actually maybe pick up, although it's garbage, of course, because it cannot be discarded to explore again. So there's just a bunch of crap here, basically. I could spend a couple of blessings just to get through it. Amiri, of course, has no way to heal herself. So once these blessings are spent, they are spent for good. Is that... You know, let's do it. Whatever. Let's just get through this stuff. So survival... I don't even want this snake. I got the snake. Okay. Wait, what is it that makes me discard a thing? It's something. Give it. Come on. If you fail to acquire up an armor. Okay, so not the allies. Oh, I have to recharge a card because I picked up an ally. Right. Okay. So let's recharge the snake. Let's go again. Get this thing. And there's no particular reason to hold on to armor here, so I'm gonna back away from the guard tower. And I actually could pull Ezrin over. No, he needs to be in the academy, so we'll just do this. Recharge that, hang on to the dart for some raging later. Alright, Kira's up, so it kind of sucks that she can't really power through the temple, since every time she picks up a blessing, she has to bury a card. I could explore one more time here, and I think I will, since I do have 2 cures. Oh, God. Oh, man, that's so annoying. Well, there was no avoiding this. It was just gonna happen. Alright, so it kind of sucks to find the villain in the temple for a couple of reasons. Number 1, you can't avoid him using the temple, because of course he's in the temple. Number 2, the temple closes automatically, so it's not even that great to fight the villain there, as opposed to fighting the henchman. Nothing's been closed yet. I don't really see a particular reason to go hog wild closing these locations, so we'll just let fate decide what closes, what stays open. Like I've said before, I don't particularly mind a, yeah, let's do it. I don't particularly mind the location staying open and the villain going into it necessarily, because if that does happen, then there's a 50% chance that the villain ends up underneath a henchman, and if the villain's underneath a henchman and you find the henchman first, then after... Oh, God, seriously? Then after defeating the henchman and closing the location, the villain will be isolated there. Do I want to do this? I don't actually have any combat spells, so I'm going to let this be. And then here I'll just take a coin flip, I think it's going to be. Yeah, I don't want to banish a blessing of the gods just to keep him out of here. Oh, wait, no, what am I talking about? I need to close this place because it's scouted. Oh, God, I forgot about that. Whoops. Well, it's okay. I'll just flip a card, lose another weapon, and 95% chance we'll have to do. Thank you, D10, for saving me. All right, so the villain's going to end up in the guard tower, the apothecary, or one of these 2 places. So 50% chance he ends up in an occupied location. Ah, that's an annoying one. Well, I guess I'll discard 1 cure and cast the other one. Luckily, at least this thing doesn't have a very high check. Why is it so hard? Hold up. Oh, this is not... This is a bug. I mean, it's for some reason this goblin is harder by 4. It's a 13 instead of a 9, even though... Why is that the case? It's 9, okay, and then goes up to 13. I don't know why it's 13. I am fairly sure that that is a bug. Oops, no, I don't want to do that, because I want to save the troubadour to help close the location. I guess we'll get rid of a blessing. That's an annoying bug. I didn't particularly want to shoot an arrow there. Okay, so is she doing divine or combat? I guess we'll do divine. So this will give me 2 extra dice, 94%. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. 94%. We'll just have to do it. There we go. Thanks, Kira, for not sucking horribly. Wait. He wasn't actually harder by 1d4. He should have been harder by 1d4 because Kira was alone at her location. So it was the monster that was harder by 4, and he was not any harder. He was just an 11 like it said. Weird. Alright, well, I'm going to waste some healing, which is fine. If I don't recharge it, it's okay, because I just shuffled the other one in, although I do recharge it. And get it back immediately. Okay, cool. Harsk's up. Let's not have anything terrible happen, I hope. Potion of Hiding is not useful in this scenario or in general. I guess I'm going to hang on to my Troubadour and my Fox, so we'll just scout it out. Pit Trap. Well, I don't have my Thieves' Tools yet, but I might pick them up. And Harsk's not bad at that in any case. Alright, let's scout. Ambush? Well, this is kind of annoying. There's only a 1 in 3 chance. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the Thieves' Tools on this, because luckily there is no driving rain or anything else that makes barriers harder, so it is exactly an 11, the maximum that Thieves' Tools will work on. And now I get to explore again. I'd rather just explore again than, oh, fuck. Dude, that's bad. Then, yeah, I'd much rather explore again than fight a monster with all these penalties, because when there was still 2 of the original monsters in here, so it only would have been a 1 in 3 chance of finding the henchman. Alright, so there's a oh, and I have to bury it. That's great. So Sela's actually almost dead. I'm hoping she finds her cure soon. Oh, God. Okay, so she's lost, like, all of her weapons. There is a cure, at least. So that's something good. Let's go ahead and Pallegina. And then... I still want to use Sela, please. Thanks. Let's do a heal. Ooh, for maximum. That's actually a really good time to roll a 4, because she did a lot of stuff. What's in my deck? Not that many blessings. I do have I'm not that concerned. I do have a lot of redundancy there. Okay, this bug still hasn't been fixed? Seriously? Okay. What is this little thing over here? What is that? I don't know what that was. Well, time to go. Blessing of the Gods, nice. Okay, so I'm gonna bury what? I guess I could keep invisibility because if the villain is in here, I can evade him. I don't want to get rid of Stride. There's one barrier in here. I might regret getting rid of Thieves' Tools, but it might even be behind the henchman, so I don't care. So we explore again because that wasn't a spell. Hey, there's the henchman. Perfect. All right, we're gonna go ahead and force missile it up here. Harsk will shoot a dagger. 98 should be good enough. Jesus, that was way too close. Alright, get a Frost Ray. Yeah, baby. Put her there. And let's do this. Nice auto success there. And now for closing this, here's the time to use the Fox, so I don't roll a 1 again. I didn't that time, but it's good to have the assurance. 7-card hand, 7 cards in it. No villain in here, unfortunately. That is quite a shame. But I do get strength back, and I did close the location. So it's not the end of the world, I don't think. I think I'm doing alright still, perhaps. Do I want to stride over here? Well, I haven't actually managed to close any other location, so even if someone... Oh, no, wait, I did close a location. So it's theoretically possible that on Kira's turn, when she moves somewhere, she finds the villain, and... then Ezrin being there matters. I don't anticipate having to move people around that much. Yeah, I'm going to stride over to get it out of my hand and get into position to close this location. Okay, do I want to draw a card? Well, I'm going to draw the card because it's the end of my turn, so there's no reason to do this. Let's just draw a card. Okay, it's the strength. I shuffled back in. Nice. She has no spells, unfortunately, but she does have Papa Z, so she can heal up if necessary. This is a little bit annoying because if she does take a 1 in chance fail, I have to discard a weapon or an item, so I'm going to lose my Sahedron Medallion. But, well, we'll take the 1 in 10 chance of failure, I guess. And I have to recharge a card. Well, there's only one barrier in here, so I'm going to recharge the Burglar itself because it does not give extra explorations. Do I want to discard the Incanter to explore? I think that is actually worth it to get an extra explore. Hey, nice. All right, so I do have to bury a card. I'm going to bury the Medallion. It's a little risky, but there's nothing in here in this scenario that deals damage automatically, so I think it's worth doing. Bracers of Protection are junk, but I can use them to make fireballs. Oh, I guess I can just recharge them. Never mind. Now, I gotta think about what to do with Papa Xantus. Pharasma Favor is a good blessing. It adds 2 dice to check that involves a spell. If I do this right now, there is a 50-50 chance I waste some of the healing potential. I'm gonna do this. Hopefully this is a pretty nice explore. It's not. Okay, luckily, that's actually not super lucky. Sela got this, and she doesn't have a weapon in hand. Let's go ahead and discard the weapon. Good, good. Glad that happened. Alrighty. Does she even have any weapons left? We're gonna have to see this. Put a card on top of your deck. Jeez. That's mean. Alright, I guess we're gonna do the Stride on top of the deck. Then I'm gonna do the Orb, and it's auto succeed. Okay, I'm hanging on to Agility because that would help Harsk close his location. And now we can go ahead and bury Papa Xantus. Get some good heals going. Very nice. Happy to have him. And we're done. Okay, get some combat. Well, 1 combat spell. Alright. Amiri's up. We're a third of the way done. We've closed 2 locations. The villain might be under a henchman. In fact, the villain's very likely to be under... Well, no, the villain has a 50-50 chance of being under a henchman. The villain... Yeah, everywhere that the villain could have gone still had henchmen in it. So that's a benefit. Alright, in fact, there's a chance the villain's under this henchman. I'm going to go ahead and pop the tiger right here. Gives me some good insurance without having to spend any other resources. Alright, is this an auto-succeed? It's not an auto-succeed, so I'm going to go ahead and bury a Thieves' Tools to make sure that that succeeds. I could have also cast Strength. This doesn't... Oh my god, I would have actually failed. That was a 1 on the D12, so that was kind of nifty. Villain? Villain? Nope. Okay, that's too bad. Banish a card to draw a random new ally. Well, you've still got weapons in there. Let's live on the edge a little bit. I'll banish the Spike Chain. Wait, this is actually not a basic item. Even though it's not magical, it's pretty darn good. Alright, fine. I'll banish a Troubadour just to see what happens. Come on, give me something good. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's awful. Alright, great. Well, where do we go here? Well, I can go back to this place, and I guess I will, because I do need to close it. Or be ready to attempt close it, at least. Alright, so Kira's up. She has nowhere to go except the waterfront, which is not the best place for her, but she can manage, I hope. Does Sione need some healing? Sione strangely does not actually need any healing. There's the henchman. Alright, well, it's kind of sucky that it's Kira doing it, but, let's see. D6 plus 1 and a D8, or a D8 plus 1 and a D4. D6 and a D8 is better than a D8 and a D4, so this is a little bit better. The bandit henchman, I think, has a difficulty of 10. So yes, this would be a good one then to discard on. Notice this will be a little bit trickier than expected because I'm getting a -1 for each die. Now is the time for strength. That actually helps immensely. 95%. Okay, we'll take it. If she failed, there wouldn't be the end of the world. There's still a decent... There's not that many cards left in the waterfront. Alright, so now we have to do a henchman. So I'm going to recharge. I'm going to recharge Cure. There's another Cure in the deck, and I don't actually need this right now. Alright. Really? Oh, that's cool, because she has +5 naturally. Her melee skill is a D8 plus 3, right? Yeah, D8 plus 3. And then I'm getting another 3 from strength, so I don't need to spend a weapon. Oh, cool. Alright, that was convenient. Villain? Nope. Okay, so we're kind of running out of places for the villain to be. It's kind of interesting. If this thing, when I explore with it, finds a monster or a barrier, it'll actually banish it without me having to fight it, which is really good. Because if that happens, then I don't have to deal with the scenario ability. So I'm going to discard a Blessing, strange as that is. Here, I'm going to discard the Masterwork tools. I don't know. I might not find any more barriers, so I don't want to have to hold on to those tools and lose an actual card that I know for sure will be valuable. There's Augury! About damn time. So let's draw that. Which is nice. This is off my turn, so getting it into my hand is actually very crucial there, because I'm going to be able to use it, whereas otherwise I wouldn't have. Harsk is up. We got a Pit Trap. Well, can he make this? What has he got? Dexterity plus 2, I think. So D8 plus 2, and then a Troubadour. Alright, we'll do this. Oh, I see it's saying perception. Okay, well, that's fine. So let's do this. 87%. All right, we'll just go with it. Gotta go with it sometimes. All right, so now we get a free extra exploration. And there's a henchman. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and reveal the crossbow. This is the time for agility, because this will help him close the location, and it'll help on the combat check. Perfect. 98%. I gotta get a 3, so I have a 1 in 80 chance of failing. I'll take that. Blorp. And now this, I do need to throw another die. A 1 in 8 chance of failing is not acceptable. I don't have any blessings that would recharge. He doesn't have a troubadour anymore. Yeah, it sucks. Someone's gonna have to just throw him a blessing, even though it feels a little bit overkill. We'll have the cleric do it because she has the best potential to heal herself, obviously with 2 cures in her deck. Villain? No, he already closed this before, so the villain couldn't be in there. Well, it's still good to have closed it because there is enough time left that Harsk could go somewhere else and be useful. All right, next up is Sela. She's still here? Oh, God. All right. There's no point scouting. I already know it's the Warlord. Do I want to fight the Warlord bare-fisted? Well, this is the melee or fortitude, so she'll get 2 dice off of any blessing of the gods. Where else can she go? Oh, this is a dead end. Okay, so yeah, she's got to stay here and get to work, I guess. Ezrin's fighting the Scarecrow, which is a little bit annoying. I can use invisibility. Now, the problem with using invisibility, though, is that if I do find the villain, I'm going to want to use invisibility on him. Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, it would suck to meet the villain and then not have invisibility, but on the other hand, Ezrin can actually kill the villain, and we now have all the other locations covered. So yeah, I don't need invisibility for the villain, so I will just invisibility to evade the Scarecrow. And try to get another card off turn. Boom, shakalaka. I don't know who's going to be particularly helped by that, but we'll take it. Oh, failed the recharge. Well, it's fine. I'm pretty healthy, and I don't really need invisibility again, so yeah. Let's go ahead and pop this blessing for 2 more dice. 83%. It's pretty good. Let's use up the extra light crossbow. 94. Okay, I'm going to, well, how much does that actually add? 97? All right, we'll do 97. Oh, yeah, I should have flipped one of her cards. But no, I don't want to flip her cards because I want to find a weapon, damn it. I really, really want to find a weapon. All right, there's a 50-50 chance I find the henchman here. Come on, Sela, give it to me. Oh, nope, it's a giant hermit crab. Okay, so the henchman's the last card on the location. And I know it's not the villain because she blocked it the first time. I'm going to go ahead and explore first, then augury. Okay, this is nice. I have a 50-50 chance of getting this, but it's got extra value because it is going to grant an extra exploration. None of these blessings are rechargeable. None of them activate twice. I guess you can just use your own blessing there, Ezrin. No, that was a mistake. What am I talking about? I've always said this. Using a blessing to pick it up is stupid because you can just always discard it to explore. Oh, God. Well, anyway, we got the extra exploration. Then we have a veterinarian skit, which is magic. I guess I'll just have a 50-50 chance of getting an extra exploration. Lucky dog me. What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's, nope, not gonna use it. So it's an extra exploration because it is magical. Paralyze. Alright, what is this? This is a obsidian card. Evade a non-villain monster, put it on top or bottom. It does have the mental trait, unfortunately, which means a lot of monsters are immune to it. So it's not that great. We'll take my 75% chance of picking it up, and we pick it up. Yep, so that's another extra exploration. Ezrin's just going strong here. Do I keep this in case I find the villain? Yeah, I don't need this Amulet of Life, so let's bury that, and let's go again. Guidance. All right, got a 90% chance of getting it. And, of course, I get a 1. Well, I did pretty well here, so I'm not going to complain. Let's now cast Augury. And there's the henchman. Perfect. So there's a decent chance now that if I encounter this henchman and close this location, the villain will be underneath. The question is, do I go fight the henchman? Well, I've got all these combat spells. People have enough blessings that I can spare the encanter to explore again. So yeah, I'm going to just use the encanter to explore again and fight the henchman. So here we'll use, well, let's do Acid Arrow. Middle of the road there. Pop this Potion of Glibness, which is not necessary in this scenario. Okay. Oh yeah, the encanter couldn't even help me close the location. What was I talking about? Yeah, the encanter only works for arcane checks. And this is an intelligence or craft check, which does not work for the incanter. So yeah, I'm glad I spent the incanter to explore, because holding on to it was totally pointless. All right. Okay. Yeah, that was a weird bug. That was a weird bug, because that was a henchman, and I did not get the opportunity to close the location. So it's just like, boop. Okay, great. That's a really annoying ass bug, Obsidian. I'm supposed to be able to close this place. So now, because that didn't happen, I am a little bit screwed. Okay, so what is Sione gonna do? Well, let's just... Okay, the villain can't be here. So Sione could go there, and then she could take out the monster that's there, and then Sela could take on the henchman and close it. But the problem is, what's actually the point of that? There's not much benefit to it. If Sione goes over here and then Sela closes it, by the time Sela can get anywhere useful to actually, you know, help explore anywhere else, it'll be too late. This is too far away from any location that needs to be explored. Let's suppose... Doesn't have stride again? He doesn't. Okay, so let's suppose I go here and I fight the monster, then Sela on her turn. Sela's got basically 50, 40... Sela's got 2 turns left. So let's say Sela does it and closes it. Then I cast stride and move her here. Ezra would have to get stride to stride her again before she could actually do any other exploration. So really, there's no point to that. I might as well just let Sela be a temp closer here. And I will just go here. And unfortunately, I have to waste my turn because I can't do anything. Where am I going to go? There's 10 cards there, and there's only 6 cards there. Well, this place is empty. So now it's empty, so Ezrin's basically stuck as a temp closer. So what I need to do, actually, is I need to cast Stride on Harsk. Because if I cast Stride on Harsk, he can actually come over and help close this location. Unfortunately, Kira... Well, Kira also, I guess, could have been the other person I could have Stroden over, to use the technical term. Okay, so losing some turns here, which is unfortunate. And I gotta make some progress, because if this place has the villain, I gotta get to work. But the good news is if I do find the villain, then I'll be able to attack him and kill him. I'm going to use a blessing to go again. Kind of sucks I have this acolyte instead of a troubadour, because if I had the troubadour, then I actually would have been able to discard to explore again. Not that it matters, because the henchman luckily was on the top. Okay, so what I'm going to do here when I fight the bandit henchman is... Oh my god. So something tripped the scenario to just not let you close locations after defeating henchmen. It wasn't just an apothecary thing. It was just in general. Something got fucked up. So we got a little bit of a handicap going on, which is that we're going to have to pile drive through these decks and find the villain manually. There's not that much time left to do it in. So what I'm going to do, actually, hang on a minute. I can use a Miri to swing back here and then pull Kira over, so Kira can actually be useful on her turn. I'm going to recharge this. Do I have any other exploration cards? I do, and I have a spyglass. Okay, so I'm going to also discard the glaive to maximize my odds of getting extra explorations. Alright, Kira is going to go here then. God, I hope there's no other bug where it's like you can't temp close or some shit. Alright, I got to use the Icy Long Spear for an auto succeed, so it's nice that she got to fight the Ghoul Scarecrow. It being undead is helpful, of course. Now I have to take some damage. That's fine. We'll just discard the Flaming Mace. And this should be an auto success. Yes. Okay, so we're just going to keep on going. If she does find the villain, she can take him on and kill him. So we're going to use up all of our extra explorers. Come on, find me the barrier or a monster. Yes, nice. Got rid of the ghost. I guess that would have been a win anyways, but whatever. Treasure map. This would actually be nice. Let's see. There's a 5 out of 6 chance it would work. So the question is, do I want to spend a blessing on it? Well, Sela's blessings don't work for extra explorations, so I might as well discard one of hers, because Sela's done exploring her location. 50-50 chance that actually made the difference, so now let's take a look at the next card. It's a longbow +1, which Harsk would use, and I can draw it, which is very nice. And I'm going to go explore again. I think I have enough to be able to kill the villain. This would be nice to pick up, but unfortunately, at this point, any blessing I spend could just be used next time by that person to keep exploring themselves, so we'll just take a 50-50 chance and get it. Nice. Obviously, the ability is useless, but I can recharge this longbow that I found, and then I can discard the Noble Brat to go again. Longsword, doesn't matter, obviously. Okay, so that was a pretty productive turn by Kira. Let's get rid of that weapon because we don't need it. Pick up some more extra explorers, and now Harsk is up. So Harsk has a choice of where to go, actually. He can continue pile driving the apothecary, or he can go here at the city gate. Well, the city gate's going to be taken care of, so I guess he's going to go to the apothecary to make some progress on the location that's less explored. We've got a satyr here. Oh, yeah, that's annoying. Well, he's actually not that bad at fighting satyrs. And with this Deathbane Light Crossbow, he's pretty good at fighting these cool scarecrows as well, so thanks Deathbane Light Crossbow for being the favorite card of the base set. Now here, I can't use a combat check, it's only dexterity or acrobatics. I guess this is the time for agility. What's the rechargeable blessing? It's Torag. Damn it, I just spent my Torag. Aid, maybe? This is a good time for it, 97%. Alright, let's do that. Kill the satyr. Try to recharge my aids. Okay, so here, do I use the blessing to go again? I think there's enough blessings out there that I can kill the villain with Harsk. So yeah, let's do it. Might as well. Burglar, auto-succeed, good. I don't need the burglar, I can't discard him to explore again, so I will recharge the burglar itself. And I'm actually just gonna discard my armor because I don't really need the armor. Oh, there's the villain. Okay, cool. So, yeah, good times. So that's nice. I think actually we might be able to win this. It was quite the handicap there, not getting to close 2 locations after killing their respective henchmen. But I think with Lightning Bolt I should be fine now. Let's get rid of this, and this kind of sucks that he's at the same location as the villain, so he can't shoot arrows to help. But I think I should be okay. So now, Sela is up here. There is no reason for her to do this fighting, especially if the bug is still in effect. So she'll just discard some cards. Let's recharge the armor. Get rid of this. I can get rid of everything, honestly. Right, her hand size is 5, so she'll draw her whole deck now. Yeah. I'm gonna, just out of paranoia, cast Cure. Just in case anything wacky were to happen. What got in here? 2 blessings. Well, that's nice. That means I get a free flip to help recharge Cure. Not that it really even matters. I don't know why I'm doing this. It technically doesn't make any difference. The game should be over before it gets to her turn, but just in case something wacky happens, let's do that. And now Ezrin can fight the villain. What happens over here? Kira is going to fight a bandit henchman. How's she doing at fighting bandit henchmen? She's doing pretty good. In fact, she can't even use all of her blessings. So yeah, this is fine. Let's go ahead and do the final fight. Okay, so first we're gonna close locations. Let's have Sela do this thing over here. Yes. I'm gonna just, well, let me think about this. Let's do a skill check, it's fine. It's about the same anyways. So we'll flip a card. This is not a guarantee. Does anybody have more than 2 blessings? Yep, so we're gonna spend a blessing there. And close that location. The only other place to close is Kira's, so here's the fight versus the bandit henchman. I obviously don't need my armor anymore. Let's go ahead and discard the dog slicer, and that's guaranteed. Perfect. So there goes the bandit. Now for the final countdown here. We're going to have Harsk, of course, encounter the extra monster. It's a goblin dog. Let's discard or recharge this dagger. Guaranteed. Very good. And for this, let's do the combat. Even though it's probably not like the most sound option, it's the most fun option. Lets me get the highest roll. The sage doesn't work, it's only for non-combat, so that would make me do the other type of check, but the fox does work. Because the fox works on any checks, not just non-combat checks. Everybody contributes a little something something here. Yeah. And perfect. Blorp! Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. And if you'd like to see me stick around and do the post fight rewards and deck building. I've really got to come up with a catchier name for that. Let's do that right now. So what's the... Oh yeah, everybody gets a spell. I'm looking forward to this because I still only have one copy of Augury. That's not very good. And I'd like to get a second copy. That's... Well, this is actually kind of okay. If you think about it, it's kind of like a strength or agility spell, except it doesn't persist. But it only works one. I mean, it only works once, but it can be used on anything, not just a strength or not just agility. So I feel like this is actually pretty good. I might hang on to that. We'll see. Then we got Detect Evil, which is junk. I mean, it's alright if you find it during a scenario for some free scouting. Constitution is not nearly good enough to keep. Sagacity for Wisdom. It's one of those things where I might keep it in the stash, but it's not going to be a mainstay. And Heat Metal, of course, is total garbage. All right, great. That was terrible. So no Augury and nothing super great. Let's take a look at our individual characters here. So Consecration, it does give you extra blessings, but it's a banish. And you have to bury blessings from your discard, which you might not even want to do because you might otherwise have cured them back. So I'm going to get rid of this. I don't usually play with Consecration. Blessing of Dozen is garbage. This is actually a good one, and I found it legitimately, so I'll keep it now. You can't keep a Blessing of the Gods, unfortunately. I don't know about Paralyzed. I'd rather have Invisibility and be able to evade anything because Invisibility doesn't have the mental trait, than have this, which is obviously better, being able to put the monster on top or bottom as per your whims, but it doesn't work against a good number of enemies. So sorry, Paralyzed, but you're out of here. Find Traps isn't quite good enough. And then we got our friend Improved Guidance over here, so we'll have to think about that for the Divine folks. The Vet Kit is obviously not useful, so let's think about Improved Guidance. Do I need 2 cure? Well, actually, hang on. Improved Guidance is probably better than Aid. Aid adds a d6, which on average is 3.5, but I feel like losing the 0.5 is worth it for the consistency of increasing your minimum. So I guess I'll just trade Aid for Improved Guidance. This has a Divine 5 recheck, recharges a Divine 8. So yeah, this recharges more easily, which is relevant because Kira's not putting skill feats into Wisdom. And it's about as good, maybe even better. Alright, Harsk gets a Longbow plus 1. Hang on a minute. This is D6 plus 1. It's actually not as good as a D10. But it is better than a D8. Okay, so we'll do that kind of a trade. Get rid of your Burglar. Get rid of Heat Metal. Get rid of Toughness. Acolyte and Snake are both really bad. Oh yeah, she banished the Troubadour and got the Acolyte. There's nothing good here. I guess I'm taking a Noble Brat just because it's an extra exploration. Otherwise, that was pretty worthless. And what else do you need, Sione? Oh yeah, I haven't looked at you yet. That's junk. That's junk. That's junk. And there we go. Okay, let's do a quick view all. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Nothing that way. Nothing this way either. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and save the Sagacity in my stash. I'm definitely not gonna use Paralyze. And Strength, I guess I won't use either. By this point, if I wanted to use it, I would have used it. Is there, like, other stuff in my stash I'm not seeing? There is! Okay. Good thing I did the clicking over and back. Okay, there we go. Flop! And that'll do it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and or subscribe if you did, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.